welcome to Raid Locked, a from scratch series where all my GP must be made either within the chambers of Xeric or the theatre of blood. All with the main goal of soloing Olm and generally just getting better at raids. In the last episode we got ourselves some much needed upgrades and we are all ready to take on our very first Chambers of Xeric. So, when it comes to a solo raid, there are some big hurdles we are going to have to overcome. One of them, as I've said before, is my skill level is definitely not the best, and that means we are going to be very limited to the actual layout we can do. That means no Tecton because I can't be bothered to learn that. No Vassar, Vestibular, Vanguards, anything beginning with a V basically, which kind of restricts us to one sort of layout. So, the way the layouts work is you have to do at least 3 of the bosses in a select order depending on rotation 1 and 2 with a couple puzzle rooms chucked in the middle. Now rotation 2 unfortunately has too many bosses we can't do in order, so we have to go for rotation 1, and that means that getting a raid is going to take a long time with a lot of scouting. Let's jump into it. So we are all prepped, all ready. I've made a little change. I added an extra brew, -1 restore. But I'm confident. I think we've got... I mean, Void isn't the best, but I think we're looking okay. It's time to get started. But first things first, we have to grab ourselves the best layout and pretty much the only layout I think we're going to be able to do.
2 hours later.
Okay, so I have been scouting raids on 2 accounts because I've also got my ult going here. It's taken me almost an hour, but I think this is probably the best raid I'm going to be able to get. Mystics, not too bad, easy, that's one of the ones we're after. Ice Demon, again, pretty easy, should be no problems. Shamans, another one we're after. But we have got Mutadals. Mutadals is one of the harder rooms. It's still pretty easy, but we're going to take a lot more damage. Definitely going to be a lot more harder. And then Tightrope, I mean, we should be able to manage through. We might have to resupply midway through, but hopefully we'll be okay. I'm going to try and save my staminas, obviously, for Olm, because that's going to be where it really gets hard. But yeah, I think we're going to have to go for this. Mystics first. Let's jump straight into it. So first up, we have the Skeletal Mystics. 3 skeleton mages, which obviously attack you with magic. Now, these are relatively easy to get over. All you have to do is pray mage, equip the Salve Amulet Imbued, and attack them. And there we go, that is the Mystics done. Pretty easy. Can't really complain. We've got plenty of seeds as well. I don't think I'm going to collect them just yet. So, with Skeletal Mystics easily completed and Ice Demon coming up next, things started to look very positive until this. Oh my god. You have to be shitting me. No, a system update. Oh, I've just used half my supplies. Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to do it in 30 minutes. Oh, I completely forgot what day it was. Oh, that is really disappointing. I even done a lot of supply collecting. Oh, that is sad. That is really sad. Alright, well, yeah, bollocks. Here we are. Took a little while, but we've actually managed to get ourselves... I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same layout that I last had, starting with Mystics, then to Ice Demons, Shamans, Mutadals. Yeah, to be honest, it's pretty much exactly the same. So anyway, I'm going to quickly get through this. We'll quickly get through the Mystics because I've already done that. So, for our first puzzle room, we're going to be taking on Ice Demon, which in himself is kind of a bit of like a boss. First off, we need to cut branches. When we've got enough, we then go over to the braziers, light them, and then once his health bar is full, we can then finally fight Ice Demon. It's pretty much a case of pray range, dodge his attacks, and kill him. Okay, well, that was a lot harder than I was expecting. I might as well get my 3 ashes. Actually, scatter them. Lovely, 10 XP. But yeah, that was actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. But it's alright, because at least now we'll be able to make a shit ton of supplies in here. So, with some hard hitting rooms such as Shamans and the big one, Mutadals, coming up, I decided to do all my raid prep now. So yeah, planted all the seeds, collected all the herbs, made a shit ton of supplies, ready for the raid ahead. But next up we have our next boss, Shamans. So, the Lizardman Shamans are exactly the same as the ones outside of the Chambers of Xeric, only you don't have the Shazian armor to protect from their spit attack. For this you just have to keep dosed up with antidote or Sanfu serum and avoid their attacks. Pretty much a shooter move, similar to a lot of the bosses in the Chamber of Xeric, but yeah, not too hard, or at least it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, there we go. That is them both down. And I took way more damage than I was expecting, but we're all good. I mean, we're going to be able to heal up now anyway. That's the whole point of making all these brews, to be honest. Puts us in quite a good position. Revitalization. Let's make our way down. Oh, God. Mutadals. Oh, I went from one horrible thing to another. Mutadals. Probably my most feared room on the way to Ulm, and definitely going to be our most punishing. First we have to take on the baby muter, and then once he is dead, it's time to take on the mum. First we have to cut the meat tree, because otherwise they can heal up to 3 times each, so cutting that down is a must. Once that is down, time to kill the baby. Once the baby's dead, that's when the mother comes. The mother can hit up to 100, which is pretty much an instant death with melee, so trying to safe spot that is absolutely key. And then it's just a case of trying to tank as much of the damage as possible and kill it before it creeps around the corner and kills me. Oh, come on. 7. Oh, come on, can I finish him off? I don't want to use any more brews if I can help it. Oh, I think we're going to have to. Oh my god, he's coming around into melee distance, isn't he? No, he's not. Oh, that's right. Oh, Jesus. Well, that was nowhere near as fun as I thought it was going to be. But it's all good. More prayer enhancers and stuff we got here. Bury the big bones. Alright. It's a good job we picked up as many supplies as we did, because we were getting a little bit wrecked then. Welcome to Tightrope, our last room. Simple one. All we have to do is cross the rope, grab the crystal, and make our way out of there. Simple, although we are faced with 2 mages and 2 rangers, which will deal incredibly high amounts of damage if we try and cross it without killing them. So, all we have to do is kill them, which is pretty simple, but they can deal some crazy damage, so lucky for me I had plenty of supplies in the bank, so making this room relatively easy to finish off. There we go, beautiful. And that is the last of the puzzles done. And that is the last of the rooms done. That means we are now got one thing left between us and completion of this raid. And that's all. So now it's time for our last and final boss. The Great Olm himself. A boss that even teams fear. And we have to take this on our own. He throws pretty much everything at you. Fire, lightning, range, magic, orbs you have to pray against, crystals that shoot up out the floor. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be very tough, especially with this setup and doing it on my own. But let's do this. Oh shit. Oh my god, I died already. Alright, let's try this again. I need to overload up as well, but I am currently dying, and that has almost killed me there. And that did kill me, bollocks. fuck's sake. Well, that's another death. Oh, I think that's killed me. Bollocks! Oh, that was such a stupid death. Oh, I shouldn't have died then. I had so much food. Oh no, I died again. Oh, my points are going to be horrendous. We're not going to get any any sort of drops today, I don't think. Come on, 1 HP. Oh my god, don't tell me I'm going to die before. No. No. That's got to be it. Oh, fucking hell, that was horrendous. Oh dear. Solo, that was super long as well, because I spent so long getting B-roll footage and stuff. But, nonetheless, we have actually completed it. We did manage to get a solid kill. We didn't actually use as many bolts as I thought. We only used about 100, but that was over like 1.5, because obviously we did do a little bit of the raid at the start. How many charges on the Trident do we have? 900. So we only used about 200 charges on the Trident as well. So that was actually way better than I was expecting. We probably didn't cover the supplies. 63k. Yeah, we did. We didn't do too good in the chest. But still, I don't know how many deaths we actually had in the end. Way more than I was expecting. But we still need to practice it quite a bit. The only good thing is, I don't actually have to buy that many more things to come back in here with. Just a couple more. I need another 4 staminas or 3.5 staminas. And to be fair, I had quite a few other bits in the chest as well left over. Honestly, I don't think we're that far off. We've still got a long way to go. I've got a lot of practicing to do. I've really got to get that mage hand running a lot better. But when I get that down, I reckon we're going to have this in the bag. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be with this gear. That's for sure. So yeah, we went straight back to raids. After a quick resupply, we are back to killing Olm. And to be honest, it hasn't gone well. I've had a bit of a shaky ride. There was quite a few deaths this run, and there's a lot of improvements that need to be made, especially with the running of Olm's head. It's yeah, definitely a knack to it, and I definitely haven't got it, but yeah, I'm slowly getting there. And there we go. Still, white, 9,000 points. I mean, we're getting better. I think that was 4 deaths, I think. But one of them was completely stupid. We still had quite a few supplies on the floor. We had a few xeric aids over there. Looks like we had 4 doses. Quite a few 3 doses. So to be fair, we're definitely improving. I still need to get that mage hand running down, and the melee hand is literally just all over the place at the moment. But still, improvements are slowly getting there. Is our loot any good? 100k. That actually definitely should cover our supplies. So actually, this is not too bad. I mean, they're very slow. I definitely would be making more money if I was doing other stuff, but I need to really get this practice in anyway. So yeah, overall, that is, I'd say, a quite successful run. Well, that was quite good, but I made a few big mistakes that run. I mean, the points 8,000 doesn't really, that's actually not too bad considering how bad I messed this up. Well, let me say, first things first, I suicided, and I completely forgot to fill my inventory full of supplies. Which was, yeah, mistake number 1. Second mistake of this run is, well, when I did do my suicide, I then realised the time and I had to do something on my computer at the same time. And I didn't realise that after 30 minutes, the suicide supplies disappeared. So yeah, I done my suicide, and literally just as I was about to collect my supplies, they all disappeared right in front of me. So yeah, basically 2 suicides, which were absolutely pointless. So that obviously reduced my points massively. And then also, I risked it. I risked it right at the end, and I died. So yeah, as you can see, there's a fucking shit ton of supplies all over the floor, to be honest. And I have ridiculous amount of supplies, because obviously I died right near the end. So 8,000 for the absolute shit show that I had just there. It's not too bad. And this is actually the first recording. 72k as well, that probably covers a fair few of our supplies. Yeah, overall, that was a very successful. I actually got the mage hand down. I think what I was really messing up with is the fact that I was splashing a lot with my trident. Because obviously I'm not using the trident of the swamps or the sang staff. Using the actual trident of the seas isn't the best. And because I splashed quite a bit, it completely froze me out. Because obviously when you splash, you then have to run over to this tile and then run back, or I think, anyway, I'm not too sure. I've watched some quick guides as well, because I was really struggling. I've got the melee hand down, sort of, now. I can kind of get into a rhythm a little bit, but I find quite often, more than not, it's actually better for me just to tank the hits and just kind of treat it as, not so much a solo, but as a group, like what you do with the group. So I just kind of face tank a lot of his hits, and then skip them every now and again, just so I don't take as much damage. And I found that was working really well for me. So yeah, overall, I'm definitely getting a lot better. I'm really struggling, but I think a lot of my struggles is actually with the gear. Because don't forget, I am also in Void, and Void is pretty shit. I think if I had better gear, I'd probably be soloing this a lot faster than I am now. Learning solo raids in this sort of gear is probably not recommended, that's for sure. But yeah, anyway, I am happy with the progress. I'm going to do one more, I think, because I think I'm getting the hang of it now. That to be honest, that should have been like a 16,000, 17,000 point raid if it wasn't for all those stupid mistakes I made. And there we go. That was super, super smooth. This is definitely by far my smoothest. No unique, obviously. 13k points, though, is a massive, massive upgrade on what we originally had. And to be honest, that should have only really been a 1 death olm. It was a 2 death olm, because I risked it near the start and fucked up literally straight away. Obviously, I did have a suicide as well. I don't know where that suicide went. I must have used them all up. But as you can see, quite a few Xeric's A's over there, and my other death spot over here. A few more Xeric's A's there, and then I had a full inventory because I just came in my range stuff in the... I literally died just before the head phase, or just into the head phase, so I lost a lot of points there. Yeah, a little bit disappointing, but that is a way smoother raid. Do we get anything for this one? 156k. That is way better. We're actually starting to make a little bit of profit now, but yeah, much, much smoother. And to be fair, a 2 death solo and a suicide is very, very good. But I want to do better than that. I want to get at least a 1 death olm and a suicide before I'm happy in this setup. I mean, this setup is oh no, I've got my occult on, not my glory. But yeah, this setup is really, really bad. And then after that, I think I'm going to go in with I mean, the whole point of this whole series was for me to practice solo raids, and I think I'm definitely getting there. But I'd like to see what it's like in the max setup, or at least a close to max setup, because I think I'd be pretty good. I mean, I still don't think I'm going to be a deathless olm, but we're going to be pretty close, I reckon. Oh, bloody gutting. But yeah, I had a little bit of a stupid death, literally just as we got to the start of the head phase. But the good thing is, I guess, we can now go in with max inventory of brews and stuff, because we're just going to be ranging him at the end. And I also could set my quick prayers to that, maybe. Yeah, hopefully we should be all good now. Still quite good points, 13,000 points. 1 death midway through, and a suicide obviously just before. We're looking pretty good. There we go, not too bad. 17,000 points. And we only had... well, we obviously suicided to get a few more supplies in the middle, but we only had 1 death just going into the head phase, and I didn't have that bad stuff left. Where's my... Oh, I guess I was in there for so long that the middle stack has actually gone, but I didn't actually use that many middle supplies, and we still had a few supplies left over when I died. It was just, I bloody risked it and died. So actually, overall, with this really, really, really crap setup, I think we've done not too bad. So, yeah, really happy with that. And what is our last reward going to be? 130k, so not actually the best we've ever had, but that's probably because of the 2 items. Gold ore used to be worth a lot more than it is now. It's only worth 90k that, and the silver ore is probably not brilliant. But yeah, I think that is a great way to sort of round up this whole thing. I don't know, my skills aren't going to be there, and to be honest, these take a long time. I mean, that was actually probably my PB. Was that my PB? Solo duration. Yeah, a new personal best on solos with a crap setup like this, but 1 hour, 24 minutes. Yeah, these take me a long time to sort these out. But I think before we actually end this episode, I mean, the whole idea of this series was for me to get better at Cox in general and be better at solos. And I think my skills have definitely improved a lot. So I'm going to be going in there now with my max setup I can actually afford and see just how well we do. Hopefully, it should be a lot better than my first couple attempts. So, been a little second, but I have now geared up in... It's not the best, but it's still going to do us a lot better than what we were currently working with. So, obviously, the native slot helmet's quite good for melee. Doesn't give any negative in range and magic, so that's pretty much a must. We're going to be a lot more tanky with this gear, because obviously Void is, you know, paper thin. Obviously, we have the Bandos chest plate. Going to give us a bit of a strength bonus. Aram's robe skirt, which is good for mage, and obviously doesn't give too much negative in melee. Dragon boots still, because I haven't quite got enough money in the bank to get primordials at the moment. Berserker ring imbued, which is a big upgrade over just the warrior ring not imbued that I was using before. Barrow's gloves, obviously good for melee, good for range. Obviously, we now can use the Trident of the Swamp, which is going to be way better than the Trident of the Seas. Hopefully we shouldn't be splashing him as much, and hopefully we should be able to get it a lot more smoother. Obviously Aram's robe top, slightly better than what we're currently using. Tormented bracelet, that should help us as well, gives us a bit more of a damage increase. The big thing, the Dragon Warhammer, the be able to spec and reduce the defense of Olm is going to help us massively. Obviously Armadillo, can't go wrong with Armadillo. The T-bow is going to absolutely destroy his head phase, which is all good. And then a dragon pickaxe, just a little bit of an upgrade if we get guardians. If we don't have guardians, then maybe we'll get ourselves another brew or maybe a super restore. But we are all set and we are looking good to go. Ah, bollocks. I made a few too many mistakes and died. But still, that was not too bad an attempt. Just need to go in there now. Well, I suppose we don't need any of this. We can go in with a full thing of supplies. So, yeah, not too bad. And there we go. Easy stuff. And, oh my god. What a way to end it. My first unique. Oh my god, I can't believe we got a purple. It's an arcane prayer scroll. Literally the worst. But there we go. 17,000 points. Unfortunately, I died. I mean, did I need the extra supplies that I brought in? I mean, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 xeric's aids, 6 xeric's aids left. Yeah, to be honest, I probably had the supplies to just be able to do this without the death, which is a little bit sad, but, you know, I made a few too many mistakes on the lead up to it, but that was very successful. How much are these worth these days? Oh, over a mil, so, that's actually not too bad. Obviously, I did do this with my max setup, but yeah, that is not too bad way to end the episode. Well, I noticed that I needed a few little extra recordings, and also I wanted to grab a screenshot of Olm for the thumbnail. So I thought I'd do one more raid, and we managed to do it without a single death. 26,000 points. Not bad. Didn't end it on a unique, but we had a unique earlier. 268k. That is a lot better. It did take me a little bit of time. Well, this is my personal best, and I stopped for ages to take some screenshots. So, yeah, that is very good. I am really happy with that. Oh my god, I didn't have my bloody Arthur's Assembler on that whole final bit. I probably lost a shit ton of dragon arrows. Oh well. Well, yeah, I'd still say that was very successful. yeah, happy with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think this was an important one for me because I've been wanting to practice solo raids for a long time, so I thought I'd make a fun little series about it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It helps the channel out massively. And yeah, finishing it with a Deathless raid. Obviously we got the Arcane Prayer Scroll in the last raid as well, which was awesome. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.